accordance with the rules of procedure, the second reading debate is adjourned and the bill is referred to the House Committee.
Secretary for Housing. President, I move the second reading of the Housing Amendment Bill 2025. Public housing is a valuable social resource that must be allocated to those in genuine need and utilized in a rational manner. Since taking office, the current term government has adopted a series of measures to combat abuse, which have achieved significant results and are recognized by the community. In the 2.5 years from July 2022, the Hong Kong Housing Authority (HA) has recovered about 7,000 public rental housing (PRH) units, equivalent to 10 blocks of public housing, which have been abused or in breach of tenancy agreements. Based on the experience gained from past investigations and prosecutions, we propose to amend the housing ordinance, the ordinance in short, to cover three main areas so as to enhance the deterrent effect of the measures against abuse of PRH. First, the bill proposes to make serious tenancy abuse an offense, not just a breach of tenancy agreement, to prevent public resources such as PRH from being turned into a means of making money. The bill recreates two new offenses of 1. Subletting a PRH flat or granting a license or sublicense for occupation of a PRH flat for valuable consideration, or 2. Using or allowing the use of a PRH flat for purpose relating to trade of business. In addition, the bill also proposes to create new offenses against persons, including tenants, subtenants, licensees, sublicensees, who commit or assist in serious tenancy abuse activities for valuable consideration, which tallies with the offense for unlawful alienations of SSF, subsidized sale flat, which carries a maximum penalty of a fine of $500,000 and imprisonment for 1 year. Second, the housing ordinance currently does not empower authorized officers to demand personal details from trespassers or suspected persons in the course of the officer's duties. As such, it is difficult for authorized officers to identify the identity of different persons during inspection if such persons refuse to cooperate. The bill proposes to empower authorized officers of HA to demand personal details from suspected persons, such as proof of identity or identity card. Third, the bill proposes to extend the time limit for prosecution of the offenses of false declaration, neglect to furnish any of the particulars specified in a requisition, and unlawful alienation. At present, proceedings for an offense of false declaration or refusal to furnish information under the well-off tenants policy may be instituted within 2 years after the commission of the offense or 6 months after the discovery of the offense by an authorized officer, whichever is the earlier. Prosecution cannot be instigated once the statutory time limit for prosecution has expired. We observe that in some cases, although tenants or their family members are found to be in possession of local residential properties and have made false declarations, prosecution against the tenants and their family members concerned cannot be initiated due to the short prosecution time limit. The bill, therefore, proposes to extend the prosecution time limit for the offense of false declaration, neglect to furnish information that is within 6 years after the commission of the offense or 1 year after the discovery of the offense by an authorized officer, whichever is earlier. As the nature of unlawful alienation of SSF is the same as that of serious tenancy abuse, we propose to extend the time limit for prosecution against such offense, Section 27A of the ordinance as well, in order to increase the deterrent effect and to send a strong message to the public that the HA will not tolerate any abuse of public housing, be it the PRH or SSF. Opportunity is also taken for technical amendments to be made to the Housing Ordinance and the Housing Traffic Contraventions Fixed Penalty Bylaws, Cap 2A3 Sublegislation C, Cap 2A3C, to enhance the efficiency and flexibility of HA in combating the illegal use of roads within estate boundaries. Specifically, we propose to repeal the prescribed forms under Cap 283C and instead to empower the Director of Housing to specify the forms for the relevant fixed penalty notice and demand notice, create a new schedule to prescribe the information that must be contained in the fixed penalty notice and demand notice, and publish the specified form in the Gazette to enhance operational efficiency, alleviate the burden to both the executive and legislative authorities, and meet actual needs in a more flexible and timely manner. President, we consulted the HA Subsidized Housing Committee and the Panel of Housing of the Legislative Council in January and February 2025, respectively, and have gained their support. Many stakeholders expressed their support and views in the drafting process, to whom we'd like to extend our gratitude. We have already incorporated some of their views as appropriate. Appeal to the LegCo to pass the bill so that we can implement a series of new measures to combat tenancy abuse of TPRH so as to ensure that our precious public housing resources are properly utilized. I so submit. Thank you, President. I now propose the question to you that the aforesaid bill be read the second time. In accordance with the rules of procedure, the second reading debate is adjourned and the bill is referred to the House Committee.
You're late.
This council resumes the